everyone and welcome to my first ever makeup tutorial. Alright, so to start this out, I'm just going to grab a headband to keep the hair out of my face, and dancing with it is optional. And then I'm going to grab this Tarte Maracuja oil, and I like to use this as a moisturizer because my skin is very dry. So just taking a couple drops of that all over my face, I'm going to really take my time and work this into the skin and kind of let it absorb for a little bit. And after we are done with that, I'm going to go ahead and grab my primer, and today I'll be using the Airbrush Away primer by the brand number 7. I'm just taking a small amount of that on my fingertips. I'm going to work this into the skin, and this is really just going to give us a nice smooth surface to apply our foundation onto. Alright, now I'm going to take my favorite foundation at the moment, and this is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Pearl. And using a large concealer brush, I'm just going to stripe this all over the face. And I use this in conjunction with the Beauty Blender because I think it really amps up the coverage. So now taking the Beauty Blender, I'm just going to really push the product into my skin. And again, this is going to give us a nice natural finish while still maintaining the coverage that I love. So what I'm doing now is just using a spoolie brush to comb through my eyebrow hairs and really get them into the shape that I want them to be so I can go ahead and fill them in. And today I'm going to be filling in my eyebrows with this eyebrow pencil by LA Colors, and you guys, this was only $1 and it works so good, it's so creamy. And the only downfall that I found is I think they only have one shade of it, but if you're close to my hair color it'll work great for you. So I'm just kind of filling in any sparse areas on my eyebrow and really following my natural eyebrow shape and using small little hair-like strokes to give us a nice natural look. And now grabbing this itty bitty little concealer brush, I'm going to dip this in some concealer and really highlight up under my brow bone with this and kind of carve out the shape that I want. And this is really going to make them look nice and defined. And taking this RCMA translucent powder, I'm just going to set up under my eyebrow where I put that concealer just so there's no creasing. And then I'm going to take this Cella Clear Eyebrow Gel and stroke this through my eyebrows to ensure that they won't budge all day and they're going to stay in place. Now moving on to eyes, I'm going to grab this MAC eyeshadow in the shade Samoa Silk. And on a nice big fluffy brush, I'm going to work this right above my crease as our transition shade. And then grabbing the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette, I'm going to dip into the shade On Fleek. And I'm going to put this pretty much right over top of the orangey shade that we just used. And this is just going to create a really nice smoked out effect when we apply the other shadows. Now taking this tapered blending brush, I'm going to dip this into an eyeshadow by the brand Dome. And this eyeshadow is in the shade Stone. It's a really nice, beautiful, deep purple. And just putting some of that onto my brush and blowing off some of the excess. I'm really going to focus this into the crease and building up that nice, deep purple shade. Now I'm going to be using this L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in the shade Ice Latte, and yes, mine is very broken. I'm going to take a flat brush and I'm going to spray it to get it wet so the eyeshadow is really metallic. And I'm going to really pack this onto the eyelid and create a nice cut crease effect. Can we just take a second and appreciate how bomb this eyeshadow is? I love it so much. And these L'Oreal eyeshadows are to die for. So if you can get your hands on them, definitely do it. And now I'm taking another MAC eyeshadow in the shade Intoxicate. And again, this is a really deep purple. And I'm only focusing this color on the outer V of my eye and slightly bringing that onto the eyelid to really blend all the shadows together and create a nice smoky gradient. And I do apologize, you guys, for how much I am looking down. This is my first video, so it's gonna take a while to get used to, but right now I'm taking a white eyeliner pencil and I'm just gonna tightline my waterline with that and also highlight the inner corner of my eye to really make my eyes pop and make them look nice and awake. Alright, shifting back to the face, we're gonna take this Glamouflage Concealer by Hard Candy, and this is in the shade Light. I'm just going to take a couple stripes of this underneath my eyes, and you guys, this concealer ain't no joke, honey. This is as full coverage as it possibly gets. So I'm putting some of this on my forehead as well, down the bridge of my nose and on my chin. And then using that big concealer brush from earlier, I'm also going to clean up the corners of my eyeshadow, which is kind of why I like to apply concealer after eyeshadow, because just in case there's any fallout or you want to clean up your edges a little bit, you can do that with the concealer. And grabbing our handy dandy beauty blender again, we are going to blend out the concealer just as we did with the foundation, and again this is going to give us a really nice natural finish while still maintaining the coverage without it looking like holy crap, the girl got some cake on her face. So I'm taking the RCMA translucent powder right now and dip my beauty blender into that, and just going to set any area where I put the heavy creamy concealer because those tend to crease, so when you set them with powder they do not. Alright, so after that translucent powder has set for a little bit, I'm going to actually dust it off with a big fluffy brush, and this is just going to really keep that makeup locked into place all day. Alright, so now I'm going to take my favorite eyeliner of the moment, and this is the Jordana Cat Eyeliner in the shade Black Leather. And I am so sorry, you guys, I am awful at doing eyeliner on camera, so I am gonna have to speed this up for you guys just so you can see the end product, but if you guys want a more in-depth tutorial on how I do cat eyeliner, then I can definitely do that for you guys. Alright, now I'm going to grab this bronzer by Hard Candy, and this is in the shade Tiki, and I'm going to apply this with a regular old blush brush and just to my cheekbones and right above my forehead. And if you are fair, then I highly recommend this bronzer for you. And I'm going to take this Allura Mercier illuminating powder, and this is in the shade Candlelight, and I'm going to use this to carve out the inside of my cheekbones, kind of in the hollows, and this is just going to give us a nice soft contour without being too dramatic. And now grabbing a baked blush by Milani, this is in the shade Luminoso, and anyone has talked about this blush 1,000 times and how amazing it is. And it's totally worth the hype, so I'm just applying this to the apples of my cheeks to give us some color. Alright, now to my favorite part, we're going to grab this Kiko Milano Water eyeshadow in the shade 208, and I'm going to spray this with some rose water on a flat brush, and just apply this to my cheekbones as a highlighter, and also on the tip of my nose and on my chin, and right above my lip. Now I'm going to grab some mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous in Carbon Black, and I'm just going to coat my lashes with this a couple times and really fan them out to make them nice and voluminous. And this is a MAC lip liner in the shade Strip Down, and I'm going to lightly line my bottom lip and especially go light on my top lip. I don't like overlining the lips too much. I think it looks kind of funky, and I almost think I did it a little too much even in this video, but you won't be able to tell when we put on the lipstick. So the lipstick I'm going to have today is Peach Stock by MAC. And if you guys have ever seen Amrezi, I think is her name, on Instagram, she's gorgeous and her makeup is always on fleek. This is what she wears as her lip combo, and I'm just obsessed, so of course I had to buy it. And now I'm going to grab this upside down, lip gloss, and this is by LA Colors in the shade Natural. And you guys, this was only $1 and it is so bomb and looks so good with this natural lip. So you should definitely pick it up. And I don't know what song I was listening to, but I was feeling myself, so here's some shade real quick. Ooh, girl. And now I'm picking up Mario Badescu's Rose Water and just setting my face with that. This is going to ensure that our makeup doesn't budge throughout the day. And once that dries, we are finished. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and share this video if you can, and I'll see you next time.